Next up, at UFC Kansas City, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have Giga Chikadze taking on David Onama. Giga Chikadze, 15-4 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off the decision loss to Arnold Alan, taking on David Onama, 13-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a 3-fight win streak. Giga Chikadze is a name that you hear it, and you're like, oh man, he's good. Oh, Giga's good. He's got those phenomenal kicks. But then if you actually start to look and you deep dive a little bit, it's like, well, how good is he or is he not? He could be the next Garam, where we talk about how amazing he is, but we don't quite have those performances out of him just yet. Giga is a good striker. He's got a solid jab. He has unbelievable kicks. He does an incredible job managing range with those kicks. The kicks will keep you at distance, and then he'll come in firing away. He's not a high-volume guy. He lands around 4 significant strikes per minute, but he does do a nice job of keeping his opponent's volume low as well. He's coming off that loss to Arnold Allen, where he was just a full step behind in all of those striking exchanges. He's taking on David Onama, a kickboxer who likes to plot forward and control the pace. Typically, he isn't incredibly high volume, but he is effective. He's got a long jab. He's constantly throwing that out there. He's busy in the clinch, and he throws knees and elbows while inside. He has a low 20% takedown accuracy and a 52% takedown defense, but he did just get his first takedown in 2 years in that win over Roberto Romero. And at one point, as I mentioned, Giga was a legitimate prospect. He's a Georgian, so you assume he can wrestle as well, which he can. He's got very good striking. But the long layoffs, a couple of tough losses, and all of a sudden, there's not really a ton of hype yet, and here he is as an underdog. Right now, the odds have Onama as a minus 170 favorite, and it continues to widen. He was minus 150 just a few days ago. I think Onama is going to win this fight. I think he's just going to be busy, fast, and clean, the exact same way Arnold Allen just beat Giga. Not crazy if Giga has some success with those long kicks and David struggles with that range, but I don't see it. I think David's going to move forward. I think David's going to be the busier, faster striker and just going to win a point fight decision. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, David Onama is another one of those. It's a biased pick. I like David Onama. I met David Onama. He's a nice guy. He's part of that camp. He should win this fight with forward pressure, mix in some takedowns. The good part about David Onama is he is a little bit unorthodox in the striking. He's got like that Jamal Emmers, like that almost that clubbing right hand that seems to really catch people off guard, either with the timing or when you're a high-level kickboxer like Giga, you're used to a right hand coming like a normal right hand, and the way that he kind of clubs over the shoulder with that right hand, I think could surprise Giga. David Onama can fight from either stance, and he's got some underrated wrestling and grappling as well. I know he really enjoys the grappling side of MMA, and he loves his front chokes. There's no doubt about that. But you just got to get Giga moving backwards early. Because he's not as dangerous when he's moving backwards, and eventually he'll start slowing down. And if you move him backwards, he really doesn't have any boxing, so you just kind of press her forward and land your shit. And we've seen David Onama, gut out some shit before. So even if he gets hurt early, don't panic too crazy. If you're on the David Onama side, he's a tough kid. He's gonna be a pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also on the Onama side. There's this comment here. Said, didn't Onama get touched up by Roberto Romero? And Romero was short notice. I'm telling you guys, Giga. Listen, that's MMA math, and that's not going to work because styles matter. Roberto Romero came in guns blazing, just wah, 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 which is a very different fight than how Giga fights. Giga's not going to create chaos. Giga's going to try to use the kicks and be technical and use all that crap. Very different. And then also David came back and won that fight, like, very clearly. So I don't... You can't really connect dots when there's styles involved. If it was a wrestler and he's fighting another wrestler, sure. But two very different guys, how they fight, how they strike, how they manage range. It's just going to be a different matchup here. I think David gets it done. $8,800 in DraftKings Fantasy. I don't necessarily think that is good value there because I don't think he's going to get a finish. I do think he wins a very clear fight, but without offensive takedowns and without a finish, it's going to be hard to cover that DraftKings Fantasy salary. But if you do want to take a look at every single pick, bet, and tool, if you want to see what the optimizer has to say, if you want to see what the fight simulator has to say, which simulates fights 100,000 times using historical DraftKings information, historical striking stats, historical grappling stats, if you want to see what that says about this fight and every other fight on this card, go to wewantpicks.com, click become a member at the top. It's freaking $10 to unlock all of it.